Hey everyone, it's Matt with Get To It Outdoors. In this video, I'm going to show you how I enter the property stealthily without scaring a bunch of deer and how other hunters mess it up, things that you won't think about. When not done properly, your target deer may leave the property without you even knowing. You could potentially push your target deer off your property for the season. I first want to explain to you a deer's nose. A human nose has approximately 5 million olfactory sensors or receptors in their nose. 5 million. A deer has almost 300 million. Those olfactory sensors and receptors are how a deer and humans and other animals can detect what scent is. Let's say you get home and your spouse has been cooking beef roast in the crock pot all day. You come home and you smell beef roast. A deer, on the other hand, is able to smell the meat, the potatoes, the carrots, the onion, the seasoning, and everything else that makes up that roast independently. With that bit of information, let me let you in on a little secret. All those expensive sprays, deodorants, soaps, and detergents that you buy to help take away all that scent don't really work. Because as you can just smell roast, a deer can smell every ingredient independently, including the sprays and the deodorants and your human scent still. Oh sure, it does help blend in your smell for when a deer does walk quickly through your scent cone. But if they spend any bit of time downwind from you and they start lifting their nose, and you'll know what I'm talking about, I'm sure everyone's experienced it. They'll lift their nose and they're evaluating, analyzing everything that they can smell, separating everything from the scents of sprays in your human scent. Now, with all that in mind and the understanding how a deer's nose works, let's get into how to approach this property tactfully. Okay, so you have your deer stand in a chunk of woods. You want to approach that set of woods, with the wind in your face. The reason being is if the wind's coming from your back and you're entering those woods and there's a deer bedded down in there, where's your target deer? He's going to smell you before you even enter the woods. And then he will get up and take off, and you may never even see him. It is known that deer can smell you if the wind conditions are correct or in their favor up to a quarter-mile away. This is how they can leave the property without you even knowing. Secondly, you want to arrive at the property early. Gives you a lot of time to get to the stand. Guys, it's fall, so that's a lot of sticks and a lot of leaves on the forest floor. Take your time to get to your stand and use what I call the 6x6 method. What is the 6x6 method? It's where you take a series of 6 steps towards your stand, and after that 6th step, you pause for about 6 seconds and look around and evaluate, like this. At this time, you're looking to see if you have any movement, any ears up, any deer that bedded down, just trying to keep up. And also, you want to be looking at the ground and studying it for the next 6 steps to come up. Obviously, as you're walking to your stand, you want to study and look at the ground. Try to avoid sticks. It's gonna happen, okay? But if a squirrel's running around and lands on a stick, it's probably not gonna break. If a deer steps on a stick, it's probably gonna break. If I step on a stick, it's probably gonna break. That means I have a little bit of weight behind me. So if a deer's half listening to your approach and hears a stick break, it knows that something larger is coming, something bigger than a raccoon or a squirrel. Take your time getting to your stand. I know doing 6 steps at a time and pausing in between can be very antagonizing, but it pays off. I've climbed up in my deer stand before and get all settled in, and just to be able to look over and see a doe bedded down 40 yards from me, I never spooked her up. But at the same time, I've been doing this approach to my stand and kick up a deer 20 yards in front of me. Now, there's a big difference of having a deer scent you and you bumping a deer. If that deer jumps up and then runs off, you didn't get your scent. You're not quite sure what you are. So it's not the end of the world. But if he did scent you, there's a good chance he's not coming back, especially if he's an older, wiser deer. You know, hitting that like button doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps me out. And if you were slightly entertained with this video at all, please do so. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I'm an avid outdoorsman. Hunting and fishing, camping's my life, and I'd like to post it on YouTube and share it with you. So get out there, have fun, have a good season. Take your time getting to your next deer stand. It may pay off for you.